the book or heard of the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Well, it's a matter of, do you want to start adapting and changing and wanting to try something new? Or are you comfortable staying the same with the way things are, right? So first off, I have some other videos about the Buck 112. Some good videos if you want to peruse those. They're in my channel if you want to look for them. I'll try and provide a link to a couple of them. But I do like the Buck 112 very much, and also the Buck 110, and also the Schrade LB7. Basically, I like a lot of classic knives. So when this came out, it piqued my interest. And it's got some pros and cons, and I'm going to go over a few of those. So first of all, I want to say I got the basic model. This is the basic model Buck 112 Ranger Slim. This is not the one with the SV steel, anything like that. It cost me $23, guys. It cost me $23, which for a Buck 112 is a fantastic price. I got that on eBay, $23. That's including shipping. And you guys that know about knives know that a Buck 112 is not cheap. A new Buck 112 will run you about $65, and that's brand new, right? And some of the older ones that are well taken care of may go higher than that because they're well taken care of, or if they're special editions. However, these new Buck 112s that came out, they have some good and bad things about them that I'm going to go over. First off, it came in the box. Came in the Buck box that you would expect. Edge of a legend. I do like Buck knives very much. Here it says Slim Ranger right there. And it has the Buck warranty information inside. There's the barcode. Made in the USA, which I like very much. So, right off, I want to go ahead and say that my initial impression of this knife is very good for a few reasons. One, the thumb stud. I like the thumb stud very much. However, you can order thumb studs for these knives as well. Or you don't really need a thumb stud to open them, as I showed you in the prior video. With a little bit of practice, you can do it without the thumb stud. But the thumb stud is helpful, right? And there it is. It has a little bit of a snap. As you can see, it is much thinner than the handle of a regular 112. And that has its drawbacks and its advantages. Advantages, it's more stealthy, easier to carry, lighter, less cumbersome, takes up less room in your pocket. Disadvantages is, you may not know you have it there. You might forget you have it there. You might throw it in the wash. If you need, in a pinch, to break a windshield, or not a windshield, maybe a side window of a car to render aid to somebody, or because you're in an emergency situation, you're not going to want to use this probably because this plastic feels very, very light. Whereas this is still something that's strong enough, that feels heavy enough, that looks like you can thump something with it if you had to. Check out the steel. The blade thickness is looks like about a couple of micrometers thinner on the Slim Ranger than the Classic. So it's thinner steel. Another interesting thing you'll notice is that thinner steel runs all the way through, even into the spring. The spring, of course, is thicker on the Classic. Now check out these little lips that are here on the new Slim Ranger. They put some lips on there, and I'm going to put the traditional one down for this. I'm pretty sure the reason that they did that was because they wanted to increase the longevity of the blade and the spring, and they didn't want this to damage. So this looks intentional, and this looks like they did it merely to make it last longer. So I believe that they did that with purpose, and that is both good, but it's also scary to me, and I'm going to tell you why. If they did that with purpose, then that leads me to believe that what if there is an issue with this, and what if it is because it is a thinner steel that they expect to have some issues in the future with this locking tightly enough and the spring not breaking and so forth. So I'm wondering if they did that for that reason, or just to provide additional protection. That does worry me a little bit. Like the clip. The clip rests, it's kind of high there, so you can barely tell you have a knife in your pocket when you're wearing this, but you can see the Buck anvil sticking out. I think that's kind of cool. Other than that, I also noticed that the blade, aside from being thinner, is also about millimeter shorter, a couple of millimeters shorter. You'll also notice the shape of the blade is a little bit different. This kind of looks like a clip point, but it's a midpoint between a clip point and a drop point. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's not really a clip point, but I don't know if I can call that a drop point either. So it's kind of a cross between a clip point and a drop point. I think that's kind of interesting. I will use this knife. I will carry it. I will use it. And I might do another follow-up video on it later. But as of right now, guys, I have to tell you that I'm leaning towards the Classic. I really think the Classic is just a better knife overall as far as strength and durability. Right now, to me, it looks like I'm still going to be a carrier of the Classic mainly. But I will be carrying the Slim when I wear shorts, perhaps, or maybe I want to carry something that doesn't occupy too much space or something like that. It is a useful tool to have, but for me, I have to say that I'm not incredibly impressed. So I will continue to use it. However, if you're going to get a buck 112, if you really want the buck 112 experience and you want to have the classic knife that maybe your dad had or your grandfather had, I'd still go ahead and focus on the traditional one, because to me that's the best one. You know, honestly, you can't beat a good buck 112. You know, just the shape of it, the design, the convenience, the size. It's just not as big as a buck 110, but still enough to fill your hand with it. This little hook right here helps you get a good grip. You know, it's a good knife. So in a follow-up video later on, I'm gonna tell you how it's going with the Buck 112 Slim Ranger. And also I want to let you know that I'm going to go ahead and do another video coming soon of some steel bar thumb studs, these bars that you put across here that you can use as a thumb stud. I ordered a couple on eBay. I've ordered some before, then I sold a knife with it still on, so I don't have them anymore. But I'm going to do a video, a how-to video, maybe how to put those on and what they're like, and how you can use them and how they feel. And just basically, if you have a question on that, maybe you're thinking about getting some of those bar thumb studs. They're not like these. They're like a bar that you put across and you screw on. How much they cost and how practical they are. So that's coming up. So until then, I just want to say to you guys, I hope you guys start off your weekend, kick it off with a bang. I hope you spend time with your family. God bless all of you, my friends. Want you guys to have a great weekend. Take care and be safe. Once again, this is a Knife Detector channel. I hope you like my videos. If you like knives, then you might want to check out my channel. Please like and subscribe. You'd be helping me immensely by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you, God bless, and stay sharp, my friends.